Just a game like this in a moment like this. I mean, a week ago, this team was on a 4-game losing streak, a little bit uneven. The way you guys have responded, first at the Sacramento game, statement in Boston, and another one here. How does it feel to sort of have, I guess, reset yourself?
Yeah, I like all these experiences, that you are presented during a long NBA season, and these are all opportunities for you to grow, to try to figure things out. Every team basically has gone through those kind of stretches, and it's what happens when you have those stretches. Are you going to use it to try to, come together and get to another level? And that's the way the makeup of this locker room and this group is. So, it's an enjoyable group. And there's a deep respect, for what we're trying to do and the competition that we're playing. It's a fun time of year. You look at the standings, everything has context. Everything's competitive. Every team is playing for something. Even the play-in opportunities are, compelling. It's a good time, for your team to come together and get to a higher level.
This is one of the better offensive performances of the season. What did you like about the way you guys got to the shots, that you guys wanted against this defense?
Yeah, it was a little bit of everything. It was a little bit of guys making shots. Certainly, our ball movement, player movement, unselfishness, that's something that we've really been trying to emphasize. We've been great with it all year long, so you're going to go through ups and downs with that. But we've had to get kind of a refocus and reemphasis to that kind of game. And during different pockets of the game, we were able to maximize different parts of our menu and different strengths. Jimmy was really good and assertive in that first half. Kyle was good. And once we got into that second half, Tyler and Bam, had some really good moments. And then, the guys coming off the bench gave us a great boost. We didn't even have to bring in, the full starting lineup, in the fourth. And that's what you want. You want guys contributing and impacting the game on both ends.
There are obviously far bigger, goals out there, but it's been a while since Miami had 50 wins in a season since 2014. Just to get to that mark, what does that say about where the team's at? And just,
we just don't want to take anything for granted. Maybe 2 years ago, for the full season, we would have had a shot at it. But it just shows you, even when you feel like you have a culture and you're doing things right, it's hard to win consistently in this league. And when you have to retool and rebuild new teams and rosters, it's tough. The league is really competitive. It's something. It's not everything. It's not nothing. So we'll take it and we'll move on.
I know you don't like to pigeonhole players in certain positions. That's been a thing for a while, but you've had Jimmy out there without a traditional 4 recently. What have you liked about those looks?
Yeah, I think I was having this conversation with you. It's really hard for me to have that kind of conversation with these antiquated labels. It really is, because I don't see the game that way. We don't design our game that way. It really is positionless, and I know that whole term has become such a cliche. Jimmy's guarded 1 through 4 all season long, and his offensive role hasn't changed at all. With some of these tweaks in the rotation. So I think it's a little bit like kind of conventional to say, okay, he's a 4 or whatever, but I think it's more like where's the ball going and what is our spacing? That, if I had to sum it up, but really in the last 10 days, that's what we've really worked on. And then, when it's going to player A, it's a little bit different. When it's player B, player C, player D, and all of these little nuances are different with your spacing and your actions and your ball and player movement. And that's where we've tried to improve in that area. But Jimmy's versatility is super unique because of his size, his skill level, his athleticism, And the fact that you can play them anywhere on the floor. And what we're trying to do is just maximize that as much as we can without labeling it as a position.
Plan on a second night for back-to-back, something I'll have to consider, or just go forward, everyone's in rotation?
Yeah, I'm going to coach tomorrow.
And everyone who played today on a back-to-back,
We'll figure that out. I know Kyle is playing. Yeah, everybody else, we're going to have to figure that out.
Working his way back or just kind of sticking with what's been working the last few days?
Yeah, it was mostly that, and that's why, as we're making these moves, we have great depth, and, these are tough decisions. And I truly believe that there's probably 4 or 5 different rotations and lineups that we could go to that would work because of our depth. But it's not possible all the time, but we're going to need everybody. All right. Yeah. Okay, thank you.